Hello everybody, welcome and happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. Hope you're staying safe and enjoying time with family if possible. Wasn't sure what to do for Thanksgiving video, so decided when I didn't know what to do to go back to the basics. So I'm pulled out Strat-O-Matic Basic and trying a different setup here. I'm getting glare on my tablet with the scoring app on it, so I don't know how to avoid that. It's just the way it is. Hopefully it's not too disturbing. I guess I'll find out after the video post. 1971, opening day, Bob Gibson against Ferguson Jenkins. This is in no way, shape, or form a 71 replay because I'm not doing that. I just wanted to play one game in basic just to get back in the swing of things of rolling games, especially in Strat-O-Matic after rolling all those White Sox games. Wanted to do something different, so I figured 71 is a good reason to pull out the 71 set, which I haven't pulled out and used in quite a while. Got the basic fielding chart and strategy charts right here off to the side. Got plenty of room here to roll the dice, it would appear. Got the tokens here for outs and to track base runners, plus the score there. So hopefully I won't need to worry about trying to fit the score sheet into the camera. All right, this is just a friendly little basic game, 1971 style Strat-O-Matic. Starting lineups, we'll go through those very quickly. These are the as-played lineups. We've got Matty Alou in center, Ted Sizemore at short, Lou Brock in left, Joe Torre at third, Jose Cardinal in right, Joe Haig at first, Ted Simmons catching, Julian Javier at second, and Bob Gibson pitching. And these are all their basic defensive fielding ratings. And then for the Cubs, you got Kessinger at short, Beckert at second, Billy Williams in left, Ron Santo at third, Joe Pepitone at first, Johnny Callison's in right, Ortiz is in center, Rudolph is catching, Jenkins is the pitcher. And this is the final season for the Cubs' Ernie Banks, and he did not play very much during the season. In fact, he didn't play his first game until late April, so he's not even on the roster. So I won't even use him as a pinch hit or anything. I'm trying to keep it as close to realistic as possible. All right, so I think we're ready to go. I ditched the dice tower. I'm going to use the regular standard dice, even the little small ones that came with Strat-O-Matic. So hopefully they show up okay on camera. We will move Bob Gibson out of the way as Ferguson Jenkins is finishing his warm-up tosses. And we'll go ahead and slide the batter cards right here. And as you can see, that lines it up nice and neat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hopefully everything is showing up all right. I barely can fit these outs down here, but I think I'm okay on that. I wanted to be able to show the board second and third so we can check base runners. So only so many things can fit in the camera view at one time from overhead like this. So we're going to try it and see how it goes. All right, so Matty Alou leading off against Ferguson Jenkins. Get a 2-7 for Alou, and that's a straight out single. So Matty Alou, leadoff single, and Alou will be here at first base. And with nobody out, Alou has a B base stealer, but not all that great. Rudolph as a catcher is a 4, so the hold rating, and basic, when you do stolen bases, you go by the catcher defensive rating, and that tells you how many points to subtract from the base runner. He's a -1. Now a B stealer, Alou, starts as a 13, so -1 would be a 12. 1 to 12 would get him a stolen base. So you know what? They might try it. 1 to 12, it's better than 50-50 chance. They're going to go ahead and send him. And he's out, 20. Boy, that was a bad mistake, wasn't it? So he's caught stealing as Rudolph throws him out. And now that brings up Ted Sizemore, shortstop. And we get a 2-9 for Sizemore, and that's a single. So back-to-back base hits off of Ferguson Jenkins. But the stolen base, or the caught stealing rather, has minimized that effect. And that brings up Lou Brock. Kind of unusual not to see him leading off, but back in 71, they played him as the third place hitter on opening day. All right, so Lou Brock is up. We're not going to send Sizemore. We're not going to lose another base runner that way. We get a 1-5. 1-5 for Brock is a strikeout. So that's out number 2 as Brock goes down on strikes. And it brings up the MVP of the 71 season, Mr. Joe Torre, in his .363 average. And we get a 6-10, first time off Jenkins cards, catcher X. And he's a 4, is Rudolph. and that's an 11. So we go to the catcher defensive card. Oops, wrong side. Catcher defense card, that's an 11, he's a 4. 4 and an 11 is a foul out. So it's a straight up foul out, and that's going to end the inning. Cardinals come away empty here in the first. Thanks in some region to that caught stealing, probably had a lot to do with it. We go to the bottom of the first. It is the Cardinals nothing and the Cubs coming to bat. And you know what? I wasn't even doing my job here, was I? Doing this thing here. So let me get it to the bottom of the first. I was doing too many other things and not worrying about the thing over here. Oh well. Here's Kessinger. 6-7. Gibson. Ground ball, second base, X. Javier is a 2. That's a 14. 2 and a 14. Whoops. 2 and a 14 on the basic chart. 2 and a 14 is an out. That's all you need to worry about with the bases empty. Nothing else going on with that. He's just out. 1 down, and here is number 2 hitter, Glenn Beckert. 2-5 for Beckert. A 2-5 is a ground ball to short. That's out number 2. 2 down, and that's going to send up third place hitter Billy Williams. Not to be confused with Billy D. 5-6 off of Gibson. It's a split chance. 1-4 is a triple, 5-20 is a single. That's a 12, so it's a base hit, 2-out single for Billy Williams. So Billy Williams gets aboard on the 2-out single. And that's going to send up Ron Santo. 3-9 for Santo. And that's a 1 home run, but that's an 11, so that's going to be a fly to left to end the inning. And after 1 complete from Wrigley Field, it is no score between the Cubs and the Cardinals. So Ferguson Jenkins back in. We'll be facing Jose Cardinal to lead things off for the Cardinals. Cardinal for the Cardinals. Kind of interesting. He later would play for the Cubs. 6-8. 6-8 is a 1-18 single. That's a 17, so it's a base hit for Cardinal. He gets a leadoff single here against Ferguson Jenkins. They've already had 1 caught stealing. Do they want to try it again? He's a B stealer, so we already know from previous calculations that'd be a 1 through 12. You know what? They're going to try it. First you don't succeed, try again. 1 to 12. And he makes it this time. Barely, but he does. It's a stolen base for Cardinal. So he gets in scoring position for Joe Haig with nobody out. 5-7. Ground ball, second base X. That's a 19, and second baseman second baseman Beckert is a 2. So a 2 and a 19. 2 and a 19 is an out 1. Out 1 says runners advance 1 base. So the runner on second will go to third on the ground out. So he's on third base with 1 out. Infield is going to play in. They think it's going to be a tight nip and tuck game, so they're playing in. Here's Ted Simmons, as there is 1 out. The infield in. 1-7 for Simmons. That's a pop out to third. That's a big out for Ferguson Jenkins. Out number 2 for Fergie, as he gets the tough Ted Simmons out of there. Now it's Julian Javier. Now the pitcher, Gibson, is on deck, and Gibson's a pretty good hitter. So they could pitch to Javier. They could walk him and pitch to Gibson. They're going to take the chances pitching to Javier. 2-9, and it pays off. Fly to center. That's going to end the inning. So the Cardinals leave a runner at third, and they will be forced to have Gibson lead off the top of the third. The Gibson's a pretty good hitter, so they don't care about that necessarily. Bottom of the second we go. Joe Pepitone, who's taken over for Ernie Banks, will lead things off. Most notable with the Yankees back in the late 60s. 5-5 for Gibson. That's a 1-5 home run. That's a 1. It's gone. Joe Pepitone, a home run, and the Cubs lead it 1-0 on the home run by Joe Pepitone, who had 16 on the season, but that was off the pitcher card, off of Gibson's card. Gibson was only 16-13 in 71 with a 3.04 ERA, so obviously going toward the latter portion of his career. Cubs lead at 1-0. Here's Callison. 3-6 for Callison. He pops to first. And that's one away. And that will send up Jose Ortiz, the center fielder. 4-2 off of Gibson is a pop out to first. So 2 consecutive pop outs to the first baseman. And 2 easy plays over there for Haig. There's 2 down for Ken Rudolph, the catcher. Number 8 hitter. 6-7, ground ball second base X. Javier is a 2, and that's a 9. So a 2 and a 9 as a second baseman. A 2 and a 9 is an out number 3, but with the bases clear, it really doesn't matter. We go to the third. 1-0. Favor of the Cubs. 1-0. And Bob Gibson will lead things off for the Cardinals against Ferguson Jenkins. He's using pitcher hitting card number 6 in his at-bats. Gibson showing a 1-0 lead, or actually trailing 1-0. He's going to try to get something going here. 6-9. Ground ball shortstop X. That is the shortstop Kessinger. He's a 2. That's a 5. So shortstop, a 2 and a 5 is an out 1. Doesn't matter what it is because there's nobody on base. It's just simply an out. Ground ball to short. 1 away. So that will flip the order over now to Matty Alou. 4-11 for Alou. Ground ball pitcher X. Jenkins is a 2. That's a 3. So a 2 and a 3 is an out 1. So once again, another good play for Jenkins. 2 down. 2 easy ground ball outs, and it takes us to Ted Sizemore, the shortstop. Get a 4-8. 4-8 off of Jenkins. It's a pop up to second. Beckert puts it away. And the inning's over. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0. Favor of the Cubbies. Ferguson Jenkins will lead off against Bob Gibson. He's hitting off pitcher hitting card number 7. Even better hitter than Gibson is. Jenkins. 112, but this time he ground ball to short plus an injury. But since I'm doing this, I'm not going to do an injury. I don't think that would be right, so I'm not going to worry about it. Here's Kessinger. I didn't state before the game started which way I was going to go, so I'm just going to not worry about it. 4-5. 4-5. Ground ball to second. 2 down. So 2 away. And that's going to send us to Glenn Beckert. Not to be confused with Glenn Beck. 3-8. Ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down. Go the Cubbies. And we go to the fourth. Still a 1-0 lead for the Cubs. And a pitching duel as expected here in Wrigley. It'll be Lou Brock to lead off the fourth. Brock struck out his first chance. 6-11. He's going to ground it to first, and Pepitone. So far the star of the game. Offensively for the Cubbies. Has put that away for out number 1. Brings up Joe Torre. Torre, 5-8. Struck him out. So Ferguson Jenkins gets the whiff. I believe that's strikeout number 2, if I'm not mistaken. So not that many, but he's pitching a shutout, so I guess he doesn't really care. Here's Cardinal. He singled, stole a base, and was stranded at third. 1-9 for Cardinal. Struck him out. So back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. Still 1-0. And leading things off will be Billy Williams. Billy Williams against Gibson. 6-11. Fly ball right field X. Right fielder is Cardinal. He's a 3. That's a 5. So if we go to the outfield, a 3 and a 5 is an out 5. So good play. Fly out to right field, 1 away. And that will send us to Ron Santo, third baseman. 4-8. for Gibson, struck him out. Gibson registers his first strikeout of the game. Took him 4 innings to get it, but he got it. So there's 2 down. Joe Pepitone, who homered his first time up. Only run of the game, 1-6. He's going to get a single this time around. So Pepitone is 2 for 2. 2 for 2, and that's going to send up, and Pepitone's no threat to run. It's going to send up Johnny Callison, right fielder. I believe he was a former Philly. 4-4 off of Gibson, and that's a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Cubs, rather. We go to the 5th, and it's still 1-0 in favor of Fergie Jenkins and the Cubbies. Joe Haig, Ted Simmons, and Julian Javier will be the 3 coming to the plate here in the 5th. Joe Haig. 4-10 on Jenkins is a ground ball shortstop X. That is Kessinger. He's a 2. That's a 9. We look at our shortstop defensive grid. 2 and a 9 is a 1 base error. 1 base error on Kessinger. So E6. E6 on Kessinger. Not a good start for the Cubbies, as Ferguson Jenkins was looking for that out. Here's Ted Simmons. 6-3, and that's a fly ball right field X. That's Callison, who is a 2, and that's a 7. So a 2 and a 7 is an out 5, but nobody's on third base to score, so there's no sac fly to worry about. But there is 1 away, and that's going to bring up Julian Javier. 3-8 for Javier, and that's a line out to Santo at third base. 2 down. Cracked it hard, but in the wrong spot, right to Santo. And now you've got Bob Gibson hitting off pitch rating card number 6. 4-11, we're off Jenkins. Ground ball pitcher X, he's a 2. That's a 13. So a 2 and a 13 is a 2 base error. Look at this, a 2 base error on Jenkins. So the second error of the inning by the Cubs. I was thinking that the advanced fielding caused a lot of errors, but now it looks like the basic is causing some errors. So never know. Bring up Matty Alou. Chance to give the Cardinals the lead. 4-10. Ground ball shortstop X. A lot of X chances here. That's a 13. And we know the Kessinger is a 2. So a 2 and a 13 is an out 3. So it's good play, and that will end the inning. So Jenkins pitches around those errors and keeps the Cardinals off the board. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 1-0. Favor the Cubs. And they will send Jose Ortiz to the plate. It'll be Ortiz, followed by Rudolph and Jenkins. 6-3, that's another X chance. Fly ball left field X. Left fielder Brock is a 4. This is a 4. So a 4 and a 4 for an outfielder is going to be an out. So good play for Lou Brock. And he puts it away. 1 down. Ortiz is gone for Ken Rudolph. Kind of an interesting name for Rudolph as we get closer to Christmas. 3-6 for Rudolph, and he's going to single. 1-19. That's a 4. It's a base hit. Could have Jenkins bunt, but he's such a good hitter, you might want to have him swing away. See what they want to do with this. I think they're going to have him swing away. 1-7, he's going to strike out. Maybe should have had him bunt. He's a good hitter, but he's still a pitcher, I guess, is the thought there. But, oh well. If there had been no outs, obviously he would have bunted, but with 1 out already, kind of wanted to let him swing away. 1-3, ground ball to second, and that's going to end the inning. Infield was not in, so those pluses don't matter. And we go to the 6th. Still 1-0 Cubs, as Wrigley Field has treated us to a pitching duel that was kind of expected based on who the pitchers were. So now the Cardinals will send up Sizemore, Brock, and Torrey. They are the scheduled hitters. Sizemore, Brock, and Torrey. So Sizemore steps in. 210 for Sizemore. 1 to 10 is a double, and that's a 7, so it's a leadoff double for Ted Sizemore. Leadoff double. What a good way to get him started. Here's Lou Brock. 2-5 for Brock. That's a single, but only 1 star, so it's going to put runners at the corners. But nobody is out, and the Cardinals have something cooking with their best hitter, Joe Torre, at the plate. Infield for the Cubs is at double play depth. They'll trade the run to get 2 outs if they can get it. 2-9. Oh, he just missed a ground ball A there, but that's a sacrifice fly. Fly ball C, or B rather. That's a sacrifice fly, and we got a tie game. So sacrifice fly on that 2-9 to center field. So Torre flies out to the center fielder Ortiz, and it's good enough to bring the run home as Sizemore trots in to tie the score at 1. And now that will send up Jose Cardinal. Cardinal, the batter. 5-4. Another X chance. Ground ball third base X. That's Santo. Santo's a 2. That's a 15. 2 and a 15. 2 and a 15 is an out 3. Out 3 says run on first out going to second. Completion of a double play. So that's what we got. 5-4-3 around the horn. Santo to Beckert to Pepitone to turn the double play. But the Cardinals tie the game at 1 apiece on that sacrifice fly by Torre. That got it done. So now we go to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 1. Gibson back out. We'll be facing Beckert, Williams, and Santo. Beckert, Williams, and Santo. 4-8. 4-8 is a strikeout by Gibson. 1 away. And that will send up Billy Williams. Billy Williams. I dropped the little white die. Let me get that back here. All right, Billy Williams. 5-11. Ground ball first base X. First baseman is Haig. He's a 2. That's a 17. 2 and a 17 is an out 3, so it's a good play with nobody on base. Simply a standard ground out. 2 down, and that brings up Ron Santo. And I don't know why, but Ron Santo reminds me of that fertilizer company Monsanto. So I don't know if that's why that came to my mind, but it did. 2-11 to pop out to third. Strange things come to my mind sometimes. All right, so that's going to end the inning. And now we're going to the 7th, tied at a run apiece. And Ferguson Jenkins and Bob Gibson in a pitching duel as expected. We got Haig, we got Simmons, and we got Javier coming up for the Cardinals. If anybody gets on, Gibson would hit 4th. Top of the 7th, tied at 1. 5-12 against Gibson's a ground ball back to Gibson for out number 1. At least he avoided an X chance that time. 1 down, and that brings up Ted Simmons. 5-4. Ground ball third base X. As soon as I say that, we get another X chance. That's a 19. Santo is a 2. That's a third baseman. A 2 and a 19. Says roll the 20-sided die again. So we'll roll it again. We get a 9. 2 and a 9. A 2 and a 9 is an out 3, so that's a good play. Santo is up to the task. 2 down. And that brings up Julian Javier with Gibson on deck. 110 for Javier. He's going to pop it up to Santo at third base. And that's going to end the inning. And it's going to send us to the 7th inning stretch here at Wrigley, but there's no Harry Carey. He was not with the Cubs yet. Back in 71, he may have very well been with the Cardinals. I don't remember when he switched over from the Cardinals to the White Sox before going to the Cubs. But either way, we're in Wrigley, so maybe Jack Brickhouse can sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I don't know. Here's Ferguson Jenkins. I'm sorry, Bob Gibson back on the mound facing Pepitone. Jenkins did his job through 7. Pepitone, home run and single so far. 5-9. 5-9 is a strikeout, so this time Gibson gets a little bit of revenge. Puts the whiff on Pepitone. Brings up Johnny Callison, followed by Ortiz. 5-7. Struck him out. So Gibson getting lathered up here in the 7th with back-to-back strikeouts, and that brings up Jose Ortiz. Did not play long with the Cubs. He only had 88 at-bats, but he was on the opening day roster and lineup. 4-9 against Gibson. That's a 1-14 single. That's a 7. So Ortiz gets his first hit of the game, and it comes with 2 outs. So Ortiz is at first with 2 down for Ken Rudolph. 5-11. Ground ball first base X. Haig is a 2. That's a 12. 2 and a 12. 2 and a 12 is a 1 base error. So there we go. Another error on this basic fielding chart. Maybe that's just as bad as this advanced one. I don't know. But Haig commits the error, and that puts runners at first and second with 2 down. And it brings up the pitcher, Ferguson Jenkins. See if he can help his own cause. 3-9. He does not. He grounds to short to end the inning. And we're going to the 8th, tied at a run apiece as the Cubs leave 2 on, and the error does not come back to bite them as Gibson pitches around that error. And speaking of Gibson, he will lead off the top of the 8th. We're not pinch hitting here for either one of these 2 guys. They are Hall of Famers, and we're going to let them go at least 9 innings as long as they're effective. Here's Gibson, 5-11. We're back to another X check, of course. And this one is for the left fielder, Billy Williams. He is a 3. That's a 7. Check our outfield. 3 and a 7 is an out. So good play, Billy Williams. He fields that one with no problem, and Gibson is retired. Matty Alou. 4-7. Split chance. 1-12 is a single. That's an 8. So it is a base hit for Matty Alou. And you wonder, would he try to steal? He got caught stealing before, but they may have to do something to try to get some offense here. Alou is a B stealer, which means he is a 13. Starts out as a 13. Rudolph is a 4 catcher. Subtracts 1 from that, makes it a 12. So 1-12, they got to try it because they got to try to get something going. And it's a 19. He got caught stealing again for the 2nd time. So unfortunately for Mr. Alou, he has been caught stealing twice. So Rudolph says, take that. That'll bring up Sizemore. 2 outs, base is clear. 4-7, another split chance, and that's a double this time off of Jenkins, as that's a 1, so that's a double. And boy, that caught stealing just really took it out of him right there. That would have been 2nd and 3rd and only 1 out because it was 2 stars. But instead, you have runner at 2nd and 2 outs. And Sizemore now is 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a single. So really got it going. Here's Lou Brock. 5-8 for Brock. Struck him out. Ferguson Jenkins gets the big strikeout when he needs it. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still tied at a run apiece. Who's going to break first is the question, I guess. Bob Gibson back out to face the top of the order. It'll be Kessinger, Beckert, and Williams. Kessinger has grounded to second base all 3 times. 2-2. This time he lines out to as many outs as possible to second base once again. So he seems to like Julian Javier. I guess they're friends. But that's just simply a line out with nobody on. Could have been a triple play otherwise. Here's Beckert. Beckert. 3-5 for Beckert. That's a single. So Glenn Beckert gets his first hit of the game. And it's a solid single. He's no threat to run as a D stealer, so he will not go anywhere. Here's Billy Williams. 6-3 on Gibson. Fly ball, left field X. Left fielder is Brock. He's a 4. That's a 9. A 4 and a 9 for an outfielder. A 4 and a 9 is a triple. Look at that. A 4 and a 9 is a triple. So an RBI triple for Billy Williams. Billy, don't call me Billy D. Williams. With a triple, a 1-out triple here in the bottom of the 8th. And just like that, the Cubs take a 2-1 lead. And now the Cardinals will have to bring the infield in. They have no choice against Ron Santo. Infield has to come in. You're still not going to bring anybody in for Gibson, I don't think. 4-4. Fly ball center field C. Now C means the runner's hold. No sacrifice fly. It would have to have been a B or an A to be a sacrifice fly. So that's simply the second out on that fly ball to center field. So Alou got it back in quickly, and Williams could not score. It was not deep enough. So 2 down for Joe Pepitone, who's been a thorn in the side of Gibson all game. Home run single. Gibson did strike him out last time. They could walk him and pitch to Callison, but Gibson's not about to walk anybody intentionally. He's a fighter, and he's going to say, Pepitone, I'm coming for you. 5-4. Catcher X. That's a 16. Catcher Simmons is a 3. So a 3 and a 16 is a wild pitch followed by a foul out. So the wild pitch will score the run before the foul out. So a key run comes in on a wild pitch by Gibson. He was so consumed with getting revenge on Pepitone that he threw it too hard and uncorked one, and it cost him a run. And now we go to the top of the 9th. Ferguson Jenkins looking to close this thing out. He'll be facing Torrey, Cardinal, and Haig here in the top of the 9th. 3-1 Cubs as they put the 2 spot on Gibson here in the 8th, which could seal the deal. All right, here is Torrey to lead it off. 3-8 for Torrey. Fly to left. Put away by Williams, 1 away. Cubs 2 outs away from victory. Here is Jose Cardinal. 2-11. 2-11 for Cardinal is a walk. So hold the phone. Tying run is now at the plate. Cardinal is not going to try to run, obviously. Down by 2. His run is not important. It's the runner at the plate that's important, and that's Joe Haig. You don't want to lose base runners right now. 5-3 off of Jenkins. Ground ball first base X. That's a 13. First baseman Pepitone is a 2. So 2 and a 13. 2 and a 13 is a 2-base error on Pepitone. Yet another error by the Cubs. Their 3rd of the game. And the basic chart is providing as many, if not more, errors than the advanced chart. E3, it's a 2-base error. We'll put runners at 2nd and 3rd. The tying runs are in scoring position. Can't blame Fergie on that one. I mean, he's got to depend on his defense. That should have been a double play, probably. He was thinking it was going to be a double play. Now here's Simmons. Simmons is 0 for 3, but 1 base hit can tie the game. 5-7. Ground ball second base X. Beckert gets a chance. He's a 2. That's a 20. So a 2 and a 20. Infield was back. They'll give up the run to get the out. 2 and a 20 is an out 1. Out 1 says runners advance 1 base. So the runners are going to advance. The run will score. It's now 3-2, but now there are 2 outs. So 4-3 ground out, RBI ground out by Simmons will score Cardinal and put the tying run Haig at 3rd base with 2 down. So it's all up to Julian Javier. And you're not going to walk Javier because Gibson's up next, but they would pinch hit for Gibson. And they can go to their bench and get some guys to pinch hit. Don't know how good they would be, but we've got Jose Cruz sitting on the bench swinging a bat. So Jose Cruz, who would later become more popular playing with the Astros, he is swinging a bat as a potential pinch hitter should Javier reach. Right now it's 3-2, top of the 9th, 2 outs. Runner here at 3rd is Haig. And Javier, the batter, Jenkins trying to get that complete game. 2-7, struck him out, and he did it. Ferguson Jenkins overcomes 3 Cub errors to hold on for a 3-2 victory. 3-2 is the score. Ball game is over. Cubs win, Cubs win, Cubs win, as somebody once famous said. And let's total up some of these totals. I've got the score sheet here all filled out, so I need to finish up the totals here. Both pitchers with complete games. Gibson goes 8. Jenkins goes 9. Jenkins gives up 2 runs. 1 was earned. And let's see, he gets the win, obviously. Gibson's wild pitch really cost him. Let's see, Gibson, despite all those errors, all the runs in the game were earned. So, what do you know? All the runs were earned. So the pitchers pitched around those errors. So let's see if I can figure out the rest of these totals. We'll do the hits for the Cardinals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got them for 7 hits. Let's see. So 2, 7, and 1 for the Cardinals. For the Cubs, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits for the Cubs. So kind of messy on the score sheet here, but let me move this over here. Kind of messy, but what we have here, 3, 7, and 3 for the Cubs and 2, 7, and 1 for the Cardinals. Winning pitcher was Ferguson Jenkins. The loser was Bob Gibson. They had double complete games, but the triple by Williams broke the tie, made it 2-1, and then the wild pitch sent him in from third to make it 3-1, so that the run scoring ground out for Cardinal only cut the lead to 3-2 and did not affect anything. So the Cubs win it by the score of 3-2 here on opening day 71 rather. Ferguson Jenkins gets the victory, and Bob Gibson takes a tough luck loss. But hopefully you enjoyed that. I must admit that was a pretty fun game to play. I didn't really, as I was playing the basic version of the cards, I was not really focusing in on the left-right splits like I would normally do if I was playing advanced and super advanced. Again, the basic chart provided a lot of errors, so that was a little bit surprising to me. But all in all, a fun time to have, just to play a game off the cuff. So there you go, Strat-O-Matic Basic, 3-2 Cubs over the Cardinals, 1971 opening day. Ferguson Jenkins the winner, and Bob Gibson the loser. So hopefully you are having a wonderful Thanksgiving wherever you are. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And I will see you all down the road.